In here, I am going to explain the circuit diagram and the functioning of a synchronous decade counter. So, what is decade counter? A decade counter is an counter which has 10 possible state. 10 possible state means we all know that it can count 10 numbers. So, 10 numbers means it counts from 0 to 9. Okay, this counter is also known as mod 10 counter. We will all know that the mod number is not that is the number of possible state. So as it has 10 possible state, so it also known as mod 10 counter. Okay, now in order to design a decade counter, how many flip-flop we require? Okay, suppose if we used 3 flip-flop, then what will be its possible states? If there are 3 flip-flop, then the possible states will be 8. That means 8 can count from 0 to 7. We all know 8. So 3 flip-flop cannot be used in order to design decade counter. Okay. So now obviously our next is 4 flip-flop. Let's see, if we use 4 flip-flop, then its possible state is 16. So 16 means it can count from 0 to 15. Okay, but we need 0 to 9. So after counting 9, the counter must be in reset position. That is, it also then after counting 9, it again start to count from 0 0 0 0. You see here in the truth table that are here in this truth table, when we get 9 counting 9 value, then the flip-flop in the 10 count, it again restate and goes to its first state 0 0 0 0. That means it again start counting from 0 to 9. After giving output 9, that is when it reached the counting 9, all the flip-flops again reset back to its first state and it again starts counting from 0 0 0. So we have to truncate the flip-flop when it reached 10. That means from 10 to 15 we don't require the make all the possible state. We only need 9 0 to 9 possible state. From 10 to 15 possible state we don't require. So here we see that in the when we get 9 value, so in order to get the all the flip-flop 0 value, you see here Q3 and Q2, these values are already 0 in 9 state. Okay, mind it very carefully. These two values are 0 already in 9 state. So all and Q1 and Q4 are value has 1 value. Okay, Q1 and Q4 flip-flop has 1 value. So if we reset this value, reset means if we change these values to 0 0 and Q2 and Q3 flip-flops are left this value as it is before, then we get all the flip-flop 0 0 value. Again I am saying that in 9th state, flip-flop 1 and flip-flop 2 only have, from when we reach 9th state we need then state all the flip-flops value are 0. But in 9th state, flip-flop Q4 and Q1 have value 1. Okay. So if an others flip-flop Q2 and Q3 already has value 0. So only Q1 and Q4 need to be changed. Others value are left as it is. So 1, if we change 1 into 0 in Q4 flip-flop value and 1 in Q1 value from 1 to 0, then the flip-flop will reset again its first condition. Okay. Now let us see the flip-flop design. This flip-flop is same as its 4-bit synchronous up counter. So up counter means as if this is in synchronous flip-flop, we all know that all the flip-flops are connected with the same clock pulse. You see here same clock pulse are connected to all flip-flop. Here it is the all flip-flop. Okay, same clock connected all flip-flop. This is first thing for synchronous, and the input of one flip-flop gets a its input from the AND operation of its previous flip-flop. Okay, and output value from its previous flip-flop. Only the first flip-flop gets its input J1, K1. One difference is here there. You see that you have already 4-bit synchronized up counter. You compare this with that counter. J2 value, its previous output value is Q1. So in normal binary up counter, J2 value gets its input directly from Q1. Okay, mind it. But in decade counter, J2 value gets its input from AND operation of previous flip-flop and the complement of last flip-flop, mind it. Okay, second flip-flop J2 gets its value AND operation of previous output flip-flop Q1 and the complement of the last flip-flop. Okay, this construction is made. I have already discussed that we have to change only the value of Q4 value and Q1 value to 0 in ninth condition. Okay, for that reason this construction is designed. Mind it. J3 value gets its input as in binary up counter, that is AND operation of Q1 and Q2 value, which we do in which we have done in 4-bit synchronous up counter. Now J4 value. J4 value here also used one combinational circuit. Now what is the purpose of combinational circuit? Here is two things. One OR gate. OR gate means either if anyone's value is 1, we get here 1 input. There are two AND gate 1, it is AND gate 2. Okay, if the value of either AND gate 1 is 1 or AND gate 2 is 1, then we get output 1 and 1 here. And mind it, we need J4 and K4 value 1 and 1. As we know, in counter we use the toggle condition. So for toggle condition, J4 and K4 must be 1 and 1. So either we need AND gate 1 output is 1 or AND gate 2 output is 1. Sorry. So in order to get the output of AND gate 1, 1, so what will be the input? You see here, input of AND gate 1 is Q1, 1 value, sorry, Q1, 1 value, and another input is Q4 here. See, okay, you see, AND gate of 1 is one input is from Q1 and another input is from Q4. Okay, and AND gate 2 input is, one input is Q3 and other input is from the previous AND output, that means previous AND's input is in AND operation of Q1 and Q2. So ultimately input of AND2 is AND operation of Q1, Q2 and Q3. In our synchronous up counter, only the type AND gate 2 is used. Here AND gate 1 is also used in order to get this condition after in order to reset the flip-flop after reaching 9. Okay, now you say, so here is the input J1 K1 at each clock pulse. So this input will get 1 at each clock pulse. For that reason, as this will get output is at each clock pulse, so Q1 always toggle. So for this input, we can say Q1 always toggles at each clock pulse. Okay, first thing. So first input output goes. Then J2 K2. J2 K2 gets his input from one from Q1 and another from Q4 complement. So J2 K2 gets input AND operation of Q1 and Q4 complement. Okay, so when J1 and K1 gets 1, so when Q1 0 and Q complement also is, so when Q1 is 1 and Q4 bar is 1, then we get AND operation is 1. Again I am explaining. We need J2 and K2 value is 1 in order to toggle Q2. Okay, so how we get J2 value 1, J2 K2? If the output of AND gate is 1. When the output of AND gate is 1, when what is the input of AND gate? AND gate of input is Q1 is 1 and Q4 complement. If the value of Q1 and Q4 complement is 1, then J2 is 1 and K2 is 1. Q4 complement 1 means Q4 is 0. Either we can say Q4 complement 1 or we can say Q4 equals to 0. So we can say that when Q2 toggles, when J2 and K2 is 1. When J2 and K2 is 1, so Q2 toggles when Q1 is 1 and either Q4 is 0 or Q4 complement is 1. Again, I am explaining J2 and K2 gets his input from this AND operation. So in order to get this operation 1, all its input must be 1. So its input is Q1. So Q1 either Q1 is 1 or Q4 complement is 1. So Q4 complement is 1 means Q4 is 0. Okay. Then only J2 and K2 gets 1 value and then only Q2 toggles. So this is the condition when Q2 toggles. Now for J3 K3. In order to J3 K3 AND operation of this one, what will be the input of this AND gate? Input of this AND gate is Q2 and Q1. So Q3 toggles when Q2 and Q1 is 1. Okay. Now our J4 K4. J4 and K4 must be 1 in order to toggle Q4. So when J4 and K4 1, either this AND gate is 1 or this AND gate is 1. So there are two conditions. Q4 toggles when Q1 and Q4 1. You see here AND gate 1 input is Q1 and Q4. Okay. So if Q1 and Q4 is 1, then output of AND gate 1 is 1. So its first condition is if it is 1, then our output of OR gate is 1 and then J4 and K4 gets its value input 1. So whenever Q4 toggles, when Q4 toggles, one condition is when Q1 and Q4 is 1. One condition. Another condition is for our next, for our AND gate 2. Input is Q3, Q2, Q1. So our next condition is either Q1 and Q4 1 or Q1, Q2, Q3 equals to 1. Then only Q4 toggles. So these are the output condition of 4-bit decade counter. Okay. Only the 4-bit last bits will be changed. This truth table, how I get this truth table, I have already discussed in 4, from 0 to 9. Similar truth table as we have discussed in 4 video. You see the link video to in order to get the explanation of this truth table.